Hi dear students, today let us discuss some more basic ideas of error measurement. Today let us start with accuracy and precision. Accuracy indicates the degree of closeness or proximity between a measured value or a series of observed values with the actual value of something. That is, accuracy is related to closeness to a specific reference point or target. For example, if a person practices target shooting and hit the center of the target, this person has shot accurately. Precision means how close the results are with each other. Precise measurement need not be accurate. Now look at this figure. In this figure, the red round at the center is the target or actual value, and the black dots indicates the measured values. Here in this first figure, the measurements are scattered, so it has low precision. They are also away from target or actual value, so the accuracy is low. In the second figure, the measured values are close to each other, so they have high precision, but it is away from the target, so it has low accuracy. In this third figure, the measured values are close to the actual value, but they are not close to each other. So it has high accuracy but low precision. In this last figure, the measured values are very close to the actual value and are close to each other. Hence it has high accuracy and precision. Thus accuracy means the extent to which a measured value agrees with the true value of the measurement, whereas precision means how close the measured values are to each other. Next is about systematic errors. The constant error occurs in the experiment because of the imperfection of the mechanical structure of the apparatus is known as systematic error. Here the measurement is made under constant condition and hence the error repeats constantly or systematically. So the error is called systematic error. This error is mainly categorized into four types: instrumental error, environmental error, observational error, and error due to imperfection. First one is instrumental error. It is caused by non-ideal instrument behavior, by faulty calibration or by use under inappropriate conditions. Typical examples of instrumental error include drift of electric circuit, zero error of instruments like screw gauge, vernier calipers, etc. Then the calibration errors in meters, weights and volumetric equipment, etc. It can be corrected by calibration with suitable standards. Random error is another type of error. The uncertain disturbances occur in the experiment is known as random error. Such type of errors remains in the experiment even after the removal of the systematic error. These errors are not due to any definite cause and so they are also called accidental errors. The magnitude of error varies from one reading to another. The random errors are inconsistent and occur in both the directions. The presence of random errors is determined only when the different readings are obtained for the measurement of the same quantity under same conditions. Next is about the differences between the systematic and random errors. The systematic error occurs because of the inbuilt defect of the apparatus, whereas the random error means the unpredictable disturbance occurs in the experiment by the unknown source. The random error occurs in both the direction, whereas systematic error occurs only in one direction. The systematic errors arise because of the inbuilt fault of the apparatus, hence it always gives the same direction. The random errors occurs because of the unknown source, thereby occurs in any direction. The magnitude of the systematic error remains constant because the defect is inbuilt inside the apparatus, whereas the magnitude of the random error is variable. Systematic error can be reduced by carefully designing the apparatus, whereas the random error reduces by taking the two or more readings of the same experiment. Random error is non-reproducible, whereas systematic error is reproducible because the defect is inbuilt with the apparatus. Thank you all.